How many of you have given the thought right now that whenever your money is credited, you do not know where your money is going, and at the end of the month you be like, oh, I don't have anything left with myself? How? Have you ever noticed that there is a significant problem in the way you are making your money work for you? Hi, this is Anirudh Bellari here. I will be decoding the 5 harsh truths about money which will be perfect for your financial life if you use it properly. Welcome to the 7th video of your financial best life. Let's move on to the first point. The first point is your bank balance defines your mental peace. Now, what is the meaning of this? Your bank balance defines your mental peace. See, for example, you earn a salary of 30,000 rupees, but you have your rent to be paid, your clothing to be bought, your food expense. And just give a fair example that 50% of your 30,000 rupees is going in your needs, which is all the things you require to fund your life, and you have 15,000 left with you. In today's day, 15,000, depending on the city you stay, it makes a huge difference on how this amount will balance your mindsets in your brain. Do you want to know how does this balance your mindset in your brain? Your bank balance is equally connected to your peaceful sleep, your health, and the decisions you take. If you do not have a good bank balance with you, you will have to think, am I taking the right decision to spend my money on, suppose, an additional footwear or an additional clothing which I want? This amount, see, when you don't have excess of something, you understand the value of something when it is less. When you feel that 15,000 is less amount of money according to you, then it gives you that mindset that I need to use this 15,000 rupees very cautiously, and you become too cautious on where you are spending this 15,000 rupees. That's how it has a direct impact on whether it is your health, whether it is whatever you consider very important. On top of this, if you have any creditors to be paid, see, basically, I don't want you to ruin your financial life, and I want you to know that having a decent bank balance is very crucial when it comes to the first truth of money. And now, how do you maintain a good bank balance? It all boils down to the habits you do with your money. Have you ever thought, when my money gets credited, if it directly goes to my investing account, then a part of the money that I've earned is going to work for me. If you have this in place, it gives you an additional boost, or you can say a type of emergency fund whereby you would not require to ask any of your friends or family members if at all you are in your worst case scenario and you are in need of money. This is how you can make sure that not only your bank balance but your investment balance also keeps growing up with time. And this is very key. That's why I'm stretching on this point again and again. Let's move on to the second harsh truth. Your second harsh truth is your financial freedom account. Now, what is this financial freedom account, and what was the example I was giving earlier, whereby I was telling your investments grow with time, right? So, I'm trying to tell your financial freedom account is basically that particular bank account whereby you put one portion of your money on a monthly basis of whatever percentage your salary is of, and over a period of time it keeps getting accumulated. Suppose, say, the salary of Chintan, example, the salary of Chintan was 30,000 rupees, and a part of it he has put in his financial freedom account. Now, what is a part of 30,000? Let's say 10 percentage, which is also a big amount. So, what is 10 percentage on your 30,000 rupees? It's fair, it's 3,000 rupees. So, this 3,000 rupees, he has a separate bank account, or you can say a separate investment account where he puts this 3,000 rupees, and with time, as he's working in his office, it keeps growing and it starts making his life more, giving him more choices, whereby this amount will eventually start working hard for him, and it will ensure that this 30,000, by the time, 10 months later, this 3,000 would have become 30,000, and depending on whatever interest rates he gets from his fixed deposit or mutual fund or whatever, he will have an additional source of income which will keep growing with size. And that's why this financial freedom account becomes very, very crucial for Chintan. Now let's go to the third harsh rule of money. Not harsh, but whatever. The hard truth, Now, your third hard truth of money is your relationship aspect. Now, what is this relationship aspect? Okay. Example, I'll give an example of myself. My friends, if at all I need to go out on a particular trip with them, and I say I have a budget of 10,000 rupees. Now, if I don't have this 10,000 rupees, and if I try to make sure that can we live in a smaller place, can we compromise the car, can we eat normal food instead of a particular category of food, that's where your brain will not work according to the balance of money you have in your bank account. I mean to say, if you're having less money, you then tend to think that, okay, can we cut costs on so and so that we can ensure that we can have a decent type of trip. So what I'm trying to tell you is that your bank balance, that is the first point, has an equal importance to your relationship, because for every relationship or friendship, it is important that you will some or the other way have to spend your money. So for ensuring that your relationship is good in one sense, when it comes to money, you ensure that your investment account keeps growing with time. Otherwise, it could lead to a lot of unnecessary thoughts. See, the purpose of me decoding all this for you is I want you to live your best life. I may not be knowing your salary or whatever, but I know that whatever I have learnt in my life and whatever I'm using, if I can teach you all of this, and if it can bring a difference in your life, is what will give me the maximum satisfaction. That's why I say, when you start investing, wherever you invest, you just ensure that the investment account keeps growing. I know I'm repeating the same second and first point, but I'm going hard on this topic because it is very crucial, because that additional pool of money will give you an option, or you can say a choice, to do whatever you want in freedom. In future, not freedom. Whether it is 30,000 or 3 lakhs of your investments, it becomes very, very important that you save a percentage of your salary. And that's how you can ensure that your relationship with money and with your partner or friends is better, whereby you write clear cut precise rules on how you want to go on with your trip and how do you want to manage your money. This is your third harsh truth. Now the fourth truth, let's go to the fourth truth. Your fourth truth will be your budget. See, at times when you don't budget, if you do, the cross mark is trying to say that if you don't budget your money, it type of brings out a shame. What shame? You earn 30,000 rupees, same Chintan example. He doesn't know where his money is going. Okay, I'm going and buying this, I'm doing that. If he puts a budget, I want my money management system to be like this. My 4 bank accounts where I want a portion of 30,000 here. This gives him a fair, clear-cut idea for his brain to use his money in the exact sense, whereby it makes it easier for him to understand how he can use a budget for his own personal life when it comes to money. So this is money right now, and this is the 30,000 which I was trying to tell in terms of budgeting. So basically, writing down or putting your thoughts on an Excel sheet regarding your budget is the best form whereby you can ensure all your decisions are precise when it comes to money management. Let's move on to the fifth and last truth of money. Your fifth and the last truth of money is your debt factor. Debt. Now, what is the meaning of this word debt factor? The first thing we learned, okay, I will mention me. The first thing I learned in my 11th standard accountancy was this word is not called debt. The B is always silent and it's called debt. Now, what is this debt? You have to pay someone from outside because you have to pay your money to someone outside because they have consumed a good or a service from me and I am liable to pay them. Once you clear of this debt, it gives you more satisfaction and more thought-free vision, saying that okay, I don't have to pay anyone more. Now, what is this factor over here? Just imagine the 30,000 rupees of Chintan. He decides to buy any costly smartphone which is in the range of anywhere between 60,000 to 70,000. So this is your smartphone and this is worth 60,000, whereby Chintan's salary is just 30,000. Now, usually I have noticed that students, they wait for their second month's salary or third month's salary and decide to take this phone on an EMI. That is your monthly installments. Now, what happens when you take things like this for your monthly installments is that a percentage amount of your money keeps going to the monthly installments, not bank account from whom you have taken this EMI. You keep paying a portion of your amount to them because you owe them money. With time, now how will these EMI companies earn? They will obviously charge interest on the loan which I have taken, which Chintan has taken. As a result, you are eventually paying, suppose he has to pay 3,000 a month and that percentage of debt has been added. He'll be having to pay 3,200 or whatever the amount is. So what I'm trying to tell is, if you manage your finance in a way, that is your personal money in a way whereby you will not be having any debt. You know your salary coming into your bank account is 30,000, and you ensure that this portion of mine is in investments, this in needs, this in wants, this if at all you need to take a debt. That is, if you need to buy a costly item or a scooter or bike or phone or whatever, just ensure that you have two times of that amount. What do I mean by two times of that amount? Suppose I say 60,000 is the phone's cost. Just ensure that you have 1.2 lakh in your account. Now, why does this rule work? See, when you have 1.2 lakh in your bank account, it gives you that mental satisfaction that it is easier for me to spend that 60,000 and get the phone, which is, I know, more costly, but you just think you have higher money with you. Instead of taking loan or EMI, you just pay off this amount and you're free. It gives you a lot of peace of mind, but you need to have a lot of patience for this. And patience is a game of skill. You will understand patience only when you know the power of compounding, which I've taught in my previous video. So the meaning of this debt factor is simple. You have two times more the amount which you need to pay if at all you're taking some costly item, to ensure that you are mentally free and not mentally worried that I have to pay people who I owe. That is, who I have to pay money. So these are the 5 harsh truths about money. See, these concepts, whether you take your health, your wealth, wherever you go, it is pretty obvious you require a part of money in your life so that you can enjoy with your friends, or you can ensure that your relationship is going well, because whatever you do, you need to spend. If you ensure the way by which you manage your money is clean and precise according to you, you will be able to take actionable decisions which will be useful for your life, and that is what I'm wanting for you. If you really think that this video has given you value, see, I might have mentioned something wrong. I'm not any financial advisor. This is all my thoughts and my knowledge which I have gained. I'm wanting to share it with you. If you really feel that I have given value enough in this video, you can please share it with your friends, and you can subscribe for more interesting videos like this. With time, I will ensure that I will be the best version of myself and give you the best videos, because I want you to succeed in your financial life. I don't want you to be dependent on someone else in spite of earning a salary and not knowing many different types of sources of income, which I have made sure that I make all of these videos in my previous videos. In my previous video, I have made sure that all these topics, whether it is different sources of income, whether it's budgeting and whatever, is mentioned. You can please go and watch those videos. Thank you so much for your time.